Hello there once again. Well, I finally went out to get the shifter shaft seal, and the snap ring. $2.99.89, $4 plus tax, $4.50 all in all. Had to drive about 15 miles out to my nearest Harley-Davidson, Chicagoland Harley-Davidson, because apparently there is no Harley-Davidson for parts inside Chicago. Thank you, Rahm Emanuel. Thank you, Democratic Machine. Pushing absolutely every large industry out of Chicago to the surrounding suburbs. All right, enough said. In order to get to this, because it had a leak, it has a leak, because the O-ring is behind it is leaking, you need to remove your primary cover, chain tensioner, compensator, clutch basket, inner primary case, just to get to a fucking $4.50 piece. You can't do it any other way. This is what you're supposed to do. It's a hassle. I had to buy snap ring pliers to get these things out, because apparently the holes are so small that not your basic automotive snap ring tool is not finesse enough. It's not small enough. Oh, it came out really easy. So you're gonna have to replace this, because you distort this at the moment when you open it up. You're distorting it. You're torquing it to a new shape, and it's useless. So goodbye. Plain old 2-cent washer. And I could see how it's chartered up there. No wonder it's leaking. Okay, so I don't know if this is supposed to have this much play, but I could see maybe why it's leaking. All right, how do we get that out of there? That is a $1 million question there. How to get that out? So bear with me. I'm not a mechanic. I don't pretend to be one. So, oh man, I already broke off my tip. I'm learning as I'm going. Oh, there's my tip. When in doubt, just, there it is. There it is. You gotta come in from an angle. Use a little leverage against the case there. And there she is. She just came out. $2.99 my ass. By the time I fix this with gasoline, time, getting the seals, changing the gasket to the from the crank case and the inner primary cover, there's a gasket there you need to replace. You need to replace the gaskets to all the primary bolts that secure the inner primary to the transmission and motor. You have to replace the oil seal to the main bearing. That is the main bearing that seals this here, the bearing that rides on this racer. And obviously they want you to change the gasket to the primary cover. So that's roughly 50 bucks, 55 bucks. I don't know. Let's call it 75 bucks parts. Time plus headache. It's a nightmare. It's okay. But old Georgie wanted a fucking Hardy. That's all right. Things will be okay. So we're going to clean that up a little bit. That's no good. Look at this. You have some air pressure. Ow. That's oil. The gears are the teeth to this. They don't seem to be in fairly good condition, real good condition. So it hasn't been damaged. Where the spline is, where the shifter shaft goes in here and you tighten it up, it's it's a nice fit. Okie doke. Let's put this back together. Like with any a trick that I've read up and down the blogosphere. You put a little tape around. Not too many. This tape sucks. Got a little 3M tape here. A little tape around this here, so when you place the O-ring, it slides in without being cut up. Don't wrap it too many. Don't go around it too many times because you don't want to fatten or thicken this to the point where you overstretch your O-ring. Okay, so that's going to protect the O-ring. Make sure it doesn't cut it up when you put it in. Now we're with any type of oh shit. I think I fucked up. Where was my old one? Yeah, I did fuck up. You know why? So I'm too busy chit-chatting. I did not pay attention to which side. Where the hell did it go? Time out. Time in. All right, I was so busy chit-chatting about what I was supposed to do, I failed to see how this came out. It came out this way. It's got a little ridge, it's got a little lip on the inside here, and on the opposite, it's countersunk for inside there. There's a little ridge that sits inside this little ridge, and I wasn't paying attention to those details until I tried to install the new one. Now, from what I could see, the old one seems to be just, I'll see if I could put the, This one just seems to be all rubber or all plastic, whereas the new one has a metal ring or metal support. I may be mistaken, maybe this one has its internal and it's just coated completely, but definitely you have to pay attention to how this goes in. It goes in, if it's OEM part, this is OEM, this is what Harley gave me. It seems like it has a little spring inside there. So this goes in this way. Okay, this has lettering always facing towards you. Yeah, definitely it goes in that way. Okay, with anything, any O-ring that goes into this engine, you need to lube it up. Make sure it goes in smoothly so you won't tear it apart. Okay, and as you can see, it goes right over, and you gently, evenly press inward. I will be using my ruler, just flat. Now I could feel that it didn't go in square. I wonder if a socket will help me press in. Too big of a socket there. Let's see here. Too big. Alrighty. This is a 5/8 socket. No, that won't push it in. That won't make it go in. Could it be that Harley Davidson wants you to buy a special tool for this? I'm gonna take off the tape. Huh? Could it be that? I would not be surprised if it is. If it's that Harley Davidson wants you to buy a special tool to install that. Let's see. I have nothing here. Don't have anything over there. Yes, it's true. I don't have adequate tools. Sorry. I do not have adequate tools. I just have barely good enough tools. Okay, this will fit inside there. But apparently... Okay. Let me see if by doing this, the washer will help push this in. I might have to love tap it in there ever so slightly. Oh, would you look at that nice fine hammer. Nope, it's still sitting proud. That doesn't help. That doesn't help either, because I need something a little thicker to push in. That doesn't fit in there. Any suggestions? Okay. righty. I'm reaching my limit here. I'm reaching my brain capacity limit. I'm only good for, I hope I don't drop my camera, my cell phone. Okay, pushed in ever so slightly. Not good enough. I still need, it needs to go further in. I don't want to stick in something that's going to damage. We're going to try another. Found some more sockets. There it is, that one. That one helped. Not really that, not that much. There, this one did it. There, that one did it. They went in. All right, so what do we have here? The winner is, this is another type of a 5/8 Craftsman. So, Craftsman helped me with this installation. All right. Yes, I'm just talking out of my ass here. Okay, that went in. That went in pretty good. That went in tight. Do a little cleanup here. Okie doke. Clean up the washer. That went in nicely. I didn't want to come in I didn't want to come in originally with this because I don't want to ruin, but this is just to see if, make sure it's snug all the way in. Okie doke. That is golden. Okay, put on your O-ring and Jesus, that's not one thing, it's another. Where the hell's the little, there it is, I heard it fall. The new snap ring, I almost lost, I couldn't find it. So, they're so small and so delicate. You over, jeez. You know, I never realized that I shook so badly until I started working on these smaller parts here. And then I found out that there it is. I found out how badly I shake. Let's see. Okay. That is in. I didn't realize this had so much play. That is ridiculous. And the snap ring is, oh no. I fell short. See?